Again the child comes. Again the child comes. Finally the child can't stop and mummy also can't stop. Okay, you tell I am listening to you, and keeps on reading. Do you think the child will agree with that? So the child will come with small little two hands, put around mummy's terrible face and tell, Mama, Mama, please tell me, is there any life? I know your question. Why do you go and listen to all these funny things? There is life after death. Mama, Mama, that is not my question. You never listen to me fully. You are always with the book. Okay, tell. What is your question? Baby doesn't leave the hands. Mama, Mama, is there life after marriage? When you were happy, you were 100%. And those of you who were lost somewhere, they have not heard, they have not understood, they have not laughed. And when others have laughed, a delayed one. See, friends, therefore the real happiness is you are always 100%. Always. Never in fractions. See? But our condition is we are hardly here. Either we get lost in the past, जब हम जवान थे तब की बात है. Who cares यार? जब हम जवान थे. Or else we get lost all the time worrying about the future. पता नहीं भारत का क्या होने वाला है. Those who become nationalized, they are at the height of their frustration. Once, in some town, we were going and one person was driving the car and me together. And there are some potholes and all that. And 2-3 times, big jerks. He says, Swamiji, I don't know what is going to happen to this country. With the one hole, you become national. Whenever your thinking becomes national because of frustration, you understand you are a gone case. See? Accept the world as it is and do not compromise with your happiness. Nothing can justify that we are miserable. Never justify. But then what will happen to the misery? Make others miserable. No, this is not right. Friends, those who are happy, they can never make others miserable. And those who are miserable, they don't like happy people around. हंसने को क्या हो गया? Because he is miserable. See? If a person doesn't get sleep, this you must be having every day in your houses. Bhagwan has created this world for a time pass, he told me. See? And therefore what he does, he brings two opposite characters. Husband and a wife, they are like the cathode and anode. And then when they come together, wife is such, the moment she lands on the bed, she starts saptaswara. And the husband is such, he doesn't get sleep. And he becomes more, don't snore so loudly. She says, I am not snoring. And again, sunu. Because he cannot sleep, he doesn't like others sleeping. Exactly the same way, a person who is miserable doesn't like anybody else to be happy. Like people tell me, आपको क्या होता है? Be happy, be happy, be happy. शादी करो, be happy. So, what they are doing? They are justifying. See, like I told you right in the beginning, that boy went to the Panditji, मेरी शादी क्यों नहीं होती? So he told me, only happiness is there. How can you get married? See? Therefore, this attitude change you bring and then learn to remain in the utter present. And to remain in the utter present, there are many aspects. One aspect is Do we have a choice? We have no choice. We have to live in the present. You cannot live yesterday. You cannot live tomorrow. So if you take this choiceless option, you can never be miserable. But instead of choosing the choiceless option, we go in the past or we go in the future. The net result is we are not fully 100% available in the present. And as a result, all the time living in the past or the future. How do we get out of this and be happy? We'll see tomorrow. Today's happiness is enough. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have two aspects in ourselves as living being. One aspect is the knowledge and other aspect is the action. When the knowledge is represented in action and when actions are the manifestation of knowledge, then we are living the life of a wise man. If our knowledge is not represented in our actions, then we become erudite scholars and philosophers. Who is a philosopher? He who has made a mess of his life and therefore he wants others should not join that mess. He is a philosopher. See? There was, as usual, a husband and a wife. The moment I give this example, I see the brightness. What is the similarity between the wife and the clouds? That was the wisdom I received today. When both of them go away, we call it a bright day. So, one husband and one wife. Wife was cooking in the evening, but the child was non-stop creating problems. So she got angry and husband was philosopher. Every husband becomes philosopher if the wife is a genius. So he became philosopher, college teacher, teaching philosophy. So she said, come on, take care of your son. He is not allowing me to do anything. She brought the son, put on his table. Take care of him. And she went for doing work. In 5 minutes, the child was quiet. No crying, no nothing. Then the mother felt, what is wrong? This fellow was eating my head and now he is so quiet. So she was worried with what his husband has done because he is a philosopher. See? So she went. And the child was sitting quiet. How come you are not crying now? You are crying so much with me. What happened? No, Papa started talking on philosophy. I thought it is better to keep quiet than to listen. Dear friends. Therefore, if we are having sufficient knowledge to give lectures to others, but when it comes to living that knowledge in our own life, we are utter failure, then a philosopher is born. See? And this philosopher, he is trying to make the world better by his philosophy, which can never happen. Now, the second aspect of our life is action. If the actions are not supported by wisdom and understanding, our life becomes only a mechanical existence like that of a robo. See? A robo will be doing the things perfectly well, but there won't be any charm in his life. See? So both the things have to come together in a perfect balance. See? It is something like, if a bird has one wing well developed and the other wing ill developed, and if that bird wants to fly, he will go in circle there and there around the small wing, which will become as a pivot, and he can't go ahead or up in the same manner. If we are only thinking about action without wisdom, and if we only talk only wisdom and never live that in our life becomes a utter failure, and such people end up in depression and disgust. See, friends. And such people have only one thing. And what is that? Complaining about everything in this world. See? If there is nobody or nothing around to complain, God is all pervading, always available. Then they will start complaining about the God. Why did he create this miserable world? One such miserable fellow came to me. I was in Rishikesh that time. I don't know who he was. He saw me in this Babaji attire, and whenever people look at me, they remember questions. Till then they are happy. It is not their fault, because I am a questionable personality. And they are doubtfuls. See? So he asked this question, Swamiji, why God has created this terrible world? I said, first of all, be cool. Come, there is a seat here. 2, 3 of you can come in the front. So, I asked him, did God tell you? Excuse me, gentlemen, I have created the world. Did God tell you? No. Then why do you blame him? God created this world. No, but you people only tell us God created this world. I said, we also tell you, you are a fool. Do you accept? See? Friends, we are miserable not in God's creation. We are miserable in our own creation. To live happily is to live in the God's creation. And for that, get out of your creation. Now see, a woman is created by God. So a woman is God's creation. Then out of that woman, different personalities are born. When the father looks at that woman, he sees a daughter. So the world for the father, with reference to the daughter, is different. And if the husband looks at the same woman, fill in the gaps. So I don't know what happens thereafter, or anything happens at all. And when the same lady is looked upon by her own son, see, so there are 3 worlds created by the 3 references out of one lady. See, and who is miserable? The woman is never miserable, and the wife is never happy. So the wife is in our creation, woman is in God's creation. See, friends, then how do we sort it out? Now be attentive. As woman is a common noun, similarly, wife is also a common noun. then when we live in this world, we have to accept it. That this is the role that we all have to play in our life. See, and to play a role on the stage, what is required? We must know our dialogues by heart. We must know what type of acting we have to do with reference to what dialogue. And then only the audience will appreciate. Exactly the same way. If you want to live happily in this world, remember, this world is a mega stage. And on this mega stage, you and me are the actors and not the reactors. Normally we react. See? Now see what is the difference between action and reaction. When an actor is acting on the stage, he may be presenting a pathetic, miserable, disgusted, unfortunate character. So he comes on the stage, and by the time the story is developed, and the mind of all the audience is completely clouded by that story, and they get emotionally involved in that. If you want to see this understanding, go to somebody's house when they are all watching their favorite serial. See, Choti Bahu, Badi Bahu, whatever is going on. Go and watch. And that time, don't watch the serial. Watch them. See? And they get so much involved in that. And then they start spinning. My daughter-in-law also is like this, And then the daughter-in-law comes and tells, Mummy, khane ko chaliye. See, I thought he is like that. He must have added some poison. Because I have seen here, She must have added. See? So, the audience is always reacting. And the actor is only acting. See? So when an actor is acting on the stage, crying because of the pathetic condition of the unfortunate person, and he is miserable, not fed properly, and hit, kicked, and everything done, and he was, the whole audience also starts crying. In the modern days, people don't cry with the eyes. They cry with the nose. And not with the cloth, but with the tissue paper. This is digital crying, They are no more analog. No analog, no dialogue. It is only digital. And that's why you can delete immediately, no problem. So, when the audience is crying after seeing the acting of the actor, what goes on in the mind of the actor? See, the actor talks to himself in soliloquy. You dumb people, you are crying really, and for that you have paid. I am doing only acting of crying, I am not crying, and I am paid. See? When you act in life, you never suffer. When you react, you always suffer. So to be happy, what is to be done? Only keep on acting. But how to do that? What you are doing now? As if you are listening. Isn't it? Swamiji, we come, in Lonavala, I was having my lectures, and the topic was very deep, probably Ashtavakra Gita. And in Ashtavakra Gita, like Avadhut Gita, there is no beating around the bush, like morning class Panchadashi. There is no upar ka, directly dive deep into the consciousness. So when I was talking, very deep subject, And there was one floating population. One Punjabi lady came and she said, after the lecture was over, Swamiji, you are not the same Swami who is in the TV. You are not telling any joke. That day I came to know people understand that I don't talk wisdom, I talk jokes. See? And if you are in America, they say, Swamiji, you are very funny. You know, in America, funny, this word has got a different meaning. In India, it has got a different meaning, you know. Therefore, we simply act in life. And to act in life, we must have these two faculties properly developed: knowledge and action. And this knowledge we can get from two sources. One is the regular satsanga, as you are all coming. Satsangatve nissangatvam. But how long we have to do this satsang, Swamiji? How many years we have to do? This is another dumb question. So one Dumbo asked me this question. So I said, look here, I am a Hindi cinema fan. Therefore, एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल मैं करूँ. और हर सवाल का सवाल ही जवाब हो. Agreed? Okay. Then I said, okay, tell me, when I take meals or breakfast in the morning at 7 o'clock, 12 o'clock I again feel hungry. What should I do? Eat. Thank you so much. Such a good advice. Then after I eat 12 o'clock, again at 5 o'clock I feel hungry. What should I do? Eat again. Thank you so much. Then again at 8, 9 o'clock at night I feel hungry. What should I do? Eat again. But Mama, this is not one day story, it is every day. Then eat every day in the same manner. We have to have satsang every day in life. As food is necessary for the body, love is necessary for the mind, proper thought process is necessary for the intellect. But what happens? We imagine, because there are thoughts in our mind, we are thinkers. We are not. See? Simply presence of thoughts cannot make us a thinker. It is something like this. When we go to a forest and we go to a garden, what is the difference between these two, or similarity? Similarity is, both in the garden and the forest, there are plants and trees. But the difference is, in the forest, the vegetation is uncontrolled growth. Any plant, any tree will grow anywhere, anyway. And all the wild animals and dangerous species are available there. And if we have to go to the forest, we are afraid, is it not? And when we go to the garden, in the forest also we fall down because we don't know what is there. And when we go to garden, there also we fall down, but in love. Most of the people fall in love only in the garden. And what is the garden now? Garden is that place where every plant is selected, culled, pruned, watered, manured and protected. Every plant, every tree. And therefore, when we go to the garden, it is a good experience. We like to repeat it again. But to go to forest, we are afraid. If this example is clear, are we not afraid of our own mind? We are so disgusted of our own mind that we want to run away from ourselves. And how do we run away? The latest method, iPod. Because they don't want to, they cannot face their own mind. Non-stop bombardment of nonsense sound is required, then alone they can face their mind. See, friends. Or else we go and watch TV, or else newspaper, or else do some work. There is one lady in Bombay. One day she came. She used to come every now and then. When she will come to my room, in 10 minutes she will make my room so perfect. So I ask, I say, Mama, what is the magic wand you have? When you come, you make my room so neat and clean, so perfect. How can you do that? She says, Swamiji, I have also got one question. So what is that? How can you make a mess in 5 seconds? So she asked me, Swamiji, you know me now for last so many years, 20 years almost, you know me. Can you tell me if I am walking the spiritual path properly, or I had to do something? Am I going wrong? I said, look here, you have asked a question, I have not told you anything, okay? So I am replying. Answer you discover. I will simply reply. And then I told, I said, Mama, you are afraid of yourself. And therefore, you are running away from yourself. Spend some time with yourself. Without any mobile, newspaper, TV, iPod. See, the child was very happy. iPhone. The sister was very happy. iPod. The eldest son was very happy. iPad. The father, I paid. He was the most miserable. We keep on running away. Then spend every day, give it a try. Start with 10 minutes. Only be yourself without doing anything. Learn to waste time. Learn. Then you will see what is the meaning of facing our own mind. See? Oh, instead of simply sitting, why not cut sabji? We can't. See, friends. And because of this, our mind is like a forest. We are afraid of our own mind. See? There was a great saint on the banks of Ganges. This story comes in Bhagavad Mahapuran. And Yadu, the great king, he happened to visit. And he saw this Avadhuta was comfortably lying, happily, doing nothing. So the king asked, Sir, you don't have wife, children, property, kingdom, army, and treasure, nothing you have. How come you are so happy? He said, therefore I am happy. See the difference. Our happiness depends on so many ifs and buts. And when we learn this principle, we come back to our own self consciously. So give it a try. Spend some 10 minutes only with yourself. See? That experience will be something like when you dive deep in the sea, where there is not a single wave, not while you are on the surface of the sea, tossing up and down by the waves. No, go deep. All activities are keeping us at the periphery of our personality. See, when you sit on a giant wheel, and when the wheel goes down, something happens in our stomach, isn't it? Oh! But if you come to the pivot, the center, there is no movement. Unless we discover this center which does not have the circumference, we can never understand what is happiness. Our center has got a very small radius. Take an example. .com. See, from this .com I remember, I was in somebody's house and these ladies, they put .com, isn't it here like that? So I asked, I said, hey mama, what is the, connection? I have seen many different sizes of the dots. Somebody puts bigger, somebody puts small, somebody is very small. What is that? Oh, Swami, it is very simple. What is that? The size of the dot is directly proportionate to the love for the husband. So bigger the dot, more the love. Lesser the dot, lesser the love. No dot, dash dash. See? So when we are thus in the center and then only 1 inch radius, what will be the size of that circle? Only this much, little bit. Then we add 1 more inch. Now the radius is 2 inches. Center remains the same. Now there will be second circle. Then we add the 3rd inch to the radius. Now it is 3 inches. Center remains the same. 3rd circle, 4th circle, 5th circle. You go on adding. Be attentive. Addition of every circle, does it create a load on the center? See. Can the circle exist without the center? The beginning point of every circle is the center, and yet the center is independent of the circle. Now apply this in life to discover happiness. I, center. I, my wife. My wife, the radius is RW1. Now, so small circle. Me and my wife, very good. Before I got married, only I. The moment the man gets married, then I become sober. Immediate there is a change. So first center I, it is said, before you get married, fulfill all your whims and fancy about your dress. After you get married, it is only the wife purchases a dress and you pay. Then it is said that whatever are your hobbies or liking as regards eating is concerned, finish it before the children are born. After the children are born, everything first for the dabbu and then I will take. See? So, I the center, I my wife a small circle. Then by God's grace, 2012 calendar is printed. Then I plus my wife plus my son a bigger circle. Then I the center, my wife R1, my son added to R1 plus R2 plus my second son another bigger. Now go on producing n number of children. What will be the circle? See, friends, the more we expand, the more we include. See,